What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Wire. I hope this finds you well. I am your host, Ron Emerson, owner here. Um, Lots to get into. We got some stuff to talk about from last week. We've got a show we were at over the weekend. David, I do not believe will be making it on tonight. If he does, that's cool. If he doesn't, y'all understand life is happening, right? Life is busy. This is what we do. Um, at any rate, we are trying to do a preview show next week for Survivor Series War Games. It's looking like it's going to be Tuesday night. Look for the announcement as soon as we finalize the day. I'll try to get that finalized tomorrow with everybody. And we'll be going over all the matches and everything there. Let's see here. Raw was on fire. So much going on, and they're moving forward with the Bronson Reed side on Solo Sikoa, which, one of our fans did predict that. Jamie Boland, good friend of the show and great fan of indie wrestling. But I just do not see them putting Rollins, who was the one who turned on Reigns and all this other stuff that turned on the Shield, turned on this, turned on that, cost him a title. I don't see him being the guy to step in and help be the fifth man. I find that kind of just a little goofy. That's just me. What do I know? I'm just a guy sitting here watching wrestling like the rest of you, right? They had a big opening spot going on with Rhea Ripley and all the ladies out there. Who knows how that's going to go? But War Games Challenge is going to be awkward. So many people vying for top tier titles. So many people qualified to get them. It's just going to be wild. I don't know how you could take and put anybody with Liv and Raquel that would make sense, because there's not really anybody that they haven't screwed over or already tangled with. Excuse me. Sorry about that. It's been a long day. Yeah, one of those days. But how do you create a 4 or 5 person team when even the most recent people that you would figure would help them would be Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton? We're just on the other side of them recently in Saudi Arabia. Like that's illogical to me, right? So I don't know how you build a women's war game matchup right now with the current crop of title holders involved. Damage Control pretty much feeling defunct. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Like, try to make that make sense, please. Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega defeated Chad Gable and Ivy Nile. That was actually a fun matchup. I watched that one. I feel like Ivy Nile is a top tier talent, and we're just waiting for her to get an opportunity to shine. I really do believe that. She's a phenomenal wrestler. So we'll see where they go with that. Braun Baker defeating Sheamus by DQ. Of course, Ludwig Kaiser has to get involved. I don't like this angle. I don't like this build that they're going with Kaiser. The only way I can see this going is those two are in a number one contenders match. Kaiser and Sheamus again. Sheamus wins again. Number one contender for the IC title, not the heavyweight or world's title, rather. Then Sheamus dethrones Breaker, gets a nice, run with the strap, and Kaiser ends up being the one who takes it off of him in, 6 to 9 months. That's logic for me. That makes sense. But for right now, I don't see the point in having them do this. I just don't understand the logic of, or maybe I can't see where it's going. Maybe it's going the exact direction I think it's going, but we will see. The War Raiders defeating Dirty Dom and Carlito. Well, welcome back, War Raiders. Glad they're back. But then they get jumped. So they get jumped by Finn and JD McDonough, who've had one televised title defense in 150 days. There's so many other storylines going on. You don't need to always have a title defense. Let's be real, folks. Let's be real. And Bronson Reed defeating Seth Rollins was your main event. So all in all, Raw was solid, man. Raw was Raw. NXT did some other awesome things this week. Chase U is no more. That's big for that, considering that Chase U had been a staple and even a dark horse fan favorite, because when they first came out, everybody hated it. They thought it was stupid, and then the world got behind it. So it was really something special there. Nathan Frazier defeating Eddie Thorpe in the Iron Survivor qualifying matchup. Okay, we're going to have to see who all ends up in these to try to get any headway on who's going to win them, right? That we're going to really have to see how far they go in order to make it make sense. Stephanie Vaquer defeating Jada Parker. That match was awesome. A lot of people complained about the one spot where she had her in between her legs and was pounding her head into the mat. She's been doing it for years, and we've seen that before in the past. It's not the end all be all of, it's not the end of professional wrestling as we know it to see something like that happen. Tony D defeating Brooks Jensen. I don't even understand why Brooks Jensen was in the ring, but okay. It's just something, I guess it's just something for them to grab at, something for him to do, and something for Jensen to do as well. Ashanti the Adonis and Carmen Petrovic defeating Brinley Reese and Dion Lennox in a mixed tag match. All right, that's cool. Maybe I don't see the point in that one. I really don't understand where that's going. I guess that's a developing story in NXT right now. Is this or something they're just getting started with? But Zariah defeating Ren Sinclair is huge. Because her being in the Iron Survivor match is going to be nuts. We ended up with a huge brawl over Fallon Henley's open challenge. Let's see, and Ridge Holland defeating Andre Chase, and he's now the number one contender for the NXT title. I really don't see Ridge winning that, but I see him being a viable contender for that strap. So therefore, I see that being a really good thing for him to do. But that's what we got from WWE. Did not catch AEW. And tonight is Impact. So there is that to keep in mind. Let's talk about this past weekend, because see, I was at a show. My daughter, my friend, and I went to Marion, North Carolina, and we caught the Collision Course show, which I have posted for right here. We did a live stream preview on it, and it was an awesome night. We had a great time. Food before, dinner after. Got to hang out with everybody. Got to meet everybody. There was some pics shared online. Whether I shared them or some of my friends shared them, what have you. It's like there was even a TikTok filmed. I don't recall. Anyway, there was a lot of things done at that show, but it was a great time. And that was the last booking that I actually have on the books for the year. I don't have another booking for 2023 at this 2024, my bad, at this point. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a lot of things. And here's why. The opening matchup of that night was Luke Fury, a young up and coming wrestler who's been riding the roads with me for a little over a year now. We've been going back and forth to North Carolina, different shows, whatever. And I've got to see him grow and develop into an excellent young man. He's a fantastic wrestler. And I really do believe that by the time he's 21, he's going to be signed. Um, that was the opening match, and he went up against an OVW talent, so that was huge for him as well. And that's the type of matchups that you want to see young talented individuals get. You want to see them get guys from out of the area, or you want to see them travel out of the area to get better. You wrestle the same people, it's an easy night at the office, and it is what it is. But I digress. Um, I announced for that match, which meant a good bit to me. And then the second matchup was a part of a tag team that was around when I debuted 5 years ago as an announcer. It's hard to believe this podcast has been going on for, that long as well. We've been running 5 years pretty much consistently. But at any rate, because December something or November something, I did a thing, a charity show, and then January was my debut as an announcer. January 2020 was my debut as an announcer. So people that have literally seen me debut 5 years ago, that one person was in the ring on Saturday. And for me to be able to announce for them after 5 years of me being in and 27 for them is massive to me. It meant a lot. And it's one of those things where it was like a full circle moment for me with them being in the ring as well. It was just awesome. Then you got the main event that I announced as well, which was my good friend Spotlight Scotty Brooks, who, by and large, I think the world of. And a TNA icon, a TNA legend, the king of TNA himself, Frankie Kazarian. Being able to ring announce for somebody who's been doing this as long as he has and actually get props from him for what I did, I really got nothing left to prove. But I kind of knew that when I walked out there, when I walked through that curtain, the music's playing. Give Me Back My Life is the song that's playing on the air. As I'm walking to the ring. It's from Papa Roach. If you've never heard it, you need to go listen to it. And I'm telling you to go listen to it because you can take the meaning out of it and understand me. You really can. Give me back my life. A walking contradiction. That's me. Up and infected is what it is, like one of the first lyrics. And guess what? You're right. I was. But anyway. From the moment I walked out that curtain, I didn't get that. The butterflies. I had a bit of adrenaline, and I was standing and walking around and talking and joking all night, and there was that. I got an adrenaline shot. I'm not going to deny that, but I didn't get that. I didn't get that butterfly effect like I normally get, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. I'm satisfied with what I've done. I'm okay with being done. I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine. I have other things I want to do. I have a messed up situation in my house. There's no denying that. But I've got two awesome kids, and I'm gonna do more with them. I've got some really cool friends, and I'm gonna do more with them. Planning on doing stuff even into next year already. Got plans for next year, going to do stuff with friends. Whether it's here in town, out of town, it doesn't matter. Those things are way more important to me than wrestling. If I get a phone call that says, "Hey, we want you to come out and do this," I'll run the idea by my friends and my kids, and if it's something we all agree that we want to do that weekend, we'll entertain it. But if not, I won't. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Brother, I need to call you. I will try to call you sometime this weekend. Just understand I've got a psychotically busy weekend for a non-wrestling weekend. Um, but I'm overall, I'm satisfied with everything. It's got to be the right deal. It's got to be the right time. It's got to be something that my family and my friends want to do as well. It's not about me anymore. In the beginning, when I was involved in wrestling, it was about me. It was about proving that I belong somewhere, proving that I could do something, and I've done everything. I have proved every last person who never thought I would make it anywhere in this. I proved every single one of them wrong. And to the people who supported me, I am eternally grateful, and I love you. I really do. Um, and I love getting the credit that I've gotten from both TV stars and even fans. You know, when the fans tell you you made it feel like we were at the big time, we were at the big shows. And when a talent tells you, dude, I thought I was being announced in Madison Square Garden. There isn't anything else. That's called I got my flowers right there. Now, as far as the podcast goes, this is going to fade. It is going to fade away for a little bit. David's busy. I'm busy. We got so much going on that we just don't have time for this anymore. We don't have time to run it full time anymore. So what we're going to do is this. We got the one show scheduled for next week. It's looking like a roundtable where we're going to try to get as many people on as we can talking about Survivor Series, War Games. It's like next Tuesday, I think, is the day that we've been talking about. And after that, it is what it is. We're gonna pop on live periodically. We're gonna do some stuff. We're still gonna accept bookings. Or I know he is, as we can, and you know we're still gonna do some of the specials we used to do as we can. But overall, we're uh, we're pretty much satisfied with everything. Or at least I am. I don't know what his exact thoughts are. He did not answer my messages when I told him this earlier. He sent a heart emoji and he sent a crying emoji. So I know that. Um, but yeah, things have changed, guys. So anyway, I'm going to give you guys the rundown on what we got coming up. And don't forget, XWW has a show coming December 7th, but they have yet to send me the flyer. I asked for it already. I think, no, it's December 6th. I take that back. It's December 6th. And you got Community Championship Wrestling doing their show on December 7th. I'll share that flyer as well. Dead Man's Hands, November 30th. That's in Eden, North Carolina. I see TDT and I see Benny Grayson. I'm not sure of many other people on this. This is a Davin deal. MATW, Thanksgiving Thunder, XLG, Bad Magic, Amanda Kiss, Damian Wayne, Preston Quinn, Delicious or Doug Delicious, and Blade Brown. Be sure you're checking that out. That's November the 23rd in Gloucester, Virginia. Battle of the Brave, November 30th. That's American Legion Varnia. That okay, post 233. That's in Richmond. So it's Richmond, Virginia. Look at this, reaching out all the way into Virginia. Live Pro Wrestling, December 7th. You've got MATW coming back at you. Preston Quinn, Doug Delicious, BT Windsor, Alex Bryant, Man of War, and Rick Reeves will be in the house. And you've got Community Championship Wrestling. Pro Wrestling is for everyone. Holiday Clash. This is a fundraiser for Greer Relief. This is all about hooking up. From what I understand, this is all about hooking up kids for Christmas, man. Main event, Ken Magnum, Jacob Armachain. Ladies will be in action. Leah Knight, Amanda Kiss. Crucifix versus Chris Young. Quan Anderson versus Peterbilt. And AWOL versus the Foundation, card subject to change. The X Awards will be popping off later this year as well. That'll be December 15th. It's a private event. You guys will be able to see the replay on extremetvonline.com. Once again, shout out to XWW. Thank you guys for everything. Always appreciated you. And check this out. We still don't have the flyer for it, but I want you guys to remember December the 6th, check out Extreme World Wrestling. They have a show coming up. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you have a great night. Once again, love you all. Send me any messages if you need to. And enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Christmas. We will see you around. We just won't see you around as much. Have a great night.